What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the debut album from the band Trenchrot, entitled Necronomic Warfare. This is released on Unspeakable Axe Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very no-frills, old-school style of death metal. Think, if you will, to stuff like early Bolt Thrower, early Asphyx, and old Obituary. In 2013, they released a 3-track demo entitled Dragged Down to Hell. With the 3 tracks displayed on that demo, it really showed you what Trenchrot were all about. Just giving you straight-up death metal, old-school throwback style, great ebb and flow, great musicianship, awesome songwriting, great vocals. Really a good total package to start out with. Now, we have the first full-length from them entitled Necronomic Warfare. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 48 minutes in length. And honestly, if you're a fan of old-school death metal, if you're a fan of the classic kind of sound, you're really going to be in for a treat with this debut album. I mean, we need more bands like Trenchrot to infiltrate the metal underground, and they deliver a debut album that is just so meaningful and so memorable. These guys are very, very passionate about what they do, and with this debut album, they really, really get things going in a great, great manner here. The guitar work on here is very, very smooth. I enjoy the way the riff work is being handled here. A very appropriate tone for this kind of style. I mean, you hear it on the first couple of tracks, Death by Trenchrot and Gustav Gunn. Just some really, really sick, heavily tuned riffs. Just the way everything is played out and the way that everything sounds, it just sounds phenomenal. The solos on here are very good too. They're not your flashy kind of guitar solos. They have a lot of substance and meaning to them. I really enjoy the way the solos are being handled throughout this album, and definitely the riffs are the main storyteller of this album. I really, really enjoy the way the riffs are being handled here. Just the tone of everything, it just fits perfectly and flows very nicely. The bass guitar tone sounds really good, very audible, very clear, very well mixed, not too overpowering. It feels just right. I love the way that the bass tone is being handled here, and it definitely gives a nice balance to what kind of musicianship is being done here on this album. Moving on to the drums. The drums are amazing. I love this drummer's style and approach. I love the hell out of the snare on this album. Great snare tone. Lots of awesome fills and patterns. Really well executed drum work here, especially towards the second half of this album, where you get a little bit more of a slower kind of pace, a mid-pace kind of drum performance. Hence where I mentioned early Asphyx. You definitely get that almost really, really gritty, grimy, old school kind of feeling when it comes to the drums and the pace of everything. I think it's really awesome. And seeing as how I'm going about with the Asphyx comparisons, let's get on to the vocals. This guy has a great vocal style, definitely very Van Drunen-esque. Just the rasp, the torment in his voice, it really sounds awesome. I love his vocal delivery, the way he says the lyrics, the way he screams everything. It just sounds awesome. This might appeal to Obituary fans too, just the kind of evil, demented kind of delivery this guy has. I think it's awesome. Definitely an old school style of death metal vocal performance. And I mentioned the demo from earlier in this review. The 3 tracks that are on the demo serve as bonus tracks here on this EP, so you pretty much are going to get everything you want out of Trenchrot on this entire full length with the 3 bonus tracks. I think it's a nice little addition and definitely something to balance out this album's style and length. So, overall, I think this debut is definitely going to be one for the books. I love the style, I love the mentality, I love the attitude, I love the songwriting. It's just a very smooth and well-balanced death metal record, and Trenchrot are definitely a band that take great pride in what they do, and they deliver a full-length album that is going to be listen to for many, many years to come, hopefully. So if you're a fan of old school death metal, if that's the kind of thing you're into, Trenchrot are definitely the band for you to check out. So I definitely urge anybody to give this band a shot and listen to what they have to offer. Not to mention a couple of the band members. I believe the bassist and the guitarist vocalist are in another band called Crypt Sermon, which I believe is sort of a doom metal kind of band. So a lot of diversity from these guys. So definitely check out Crypt Sermon if you're into doom metal. So if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Death by Trenchrot, Gustav Gunn, Mad Dogs of War, Necrotic Victory, and the title track. So I'm going to leave you a link to this in the description box to the Bandcamp page for Trenchrot, where you can stream some selected tracks. There's also the option to buy this album directly from the band. I believe they have patches that they will be selling themselves. You can also buy it directly from Dark Descent Records, and I believe T-shirts for this album cover art will be made available. So I ordered my copy a while ago, so I'm anticipating it to arrive any minute now, so I can't wait to put it in my CD player and jam it. So, again, the album is Necronomic Warfare by Trenchrot. This is released on Unspeakable Axe Records. Total support for them, and I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Really amazing debut, and definitely worth repeated listens. Support Trenchrot. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for coming to my channel, and until the next time, RBO out.